Welcome to r/Best of Redditor updates, where OP gets a prank wedding proposal. Our next Reddit post is from r/relationships. Me and Mike have been dating for 6 years now. I'm a 24-year-old woman and he's a 28-year-old man. I love him with all my heart, and he knows that I really, really want to be married to him. I've always felt like he's the one. We have similar senses of humor, we've been living together for 3 years, and everything just feels right. My birthday was last weekend, and Mike kept dropping little hints about possibly proposing, like buying me a spa day to give me extra pampering, insisting I get my nails done, and telling me that that night was going to be huge, and he had an amazing gift for me. We went to dinner with our friends that night, and in front of everyone, he made a big show of getting down on one knee and saying the words I've always wanted to hear. Then he asked me to marry him. Of course, I started crying and said yes. And that's when he jumped up and screamed, "Just kidding!" His friend had been filming the entire effing thing as some sort of twisted prank video for his effing YouTube channel. I ran out of there. I couldn't handle it and couldn't stop crying. I felt so disrespected, and the worst part is he doesn't even understand why. He says that he gave me a nice party and bought me a great gift, so I should lighten up over one little prank. I told him that if he published that effing video, I'd punch him in his throat. And in no uncertain terms told him that I felt disrespected, humiliated, and devastated by what he did to me. He told me to stop being a drama queen. We've barely spoken to each other since that day. And a couple of hours ago, he sent me a text asking me if he should stay somewhere else that weekend. I don't know what to do. I'm honestly thinking about leaving because he seriously thinks what he did to me is funny instead of insulting and disrespectful. I can't think straight. Then, 4 days later, OP posted an update. I never did return Mike's text, and he didn't come home, which made me think that he stayed over at a friend's house. After sleeping on it for a couple of days, I'd already kind of come to a decision to break up. I just couldn't get over what he did, and I didn't think he could get over what he did, and how he didn't care about how what he did affected me. My mind was made up. His name is on the lease, so I called my mom and dad to explain the situation and told them I wanted to come home, which of course they said yes right away. My parents are 150% furious at him. I texted Mike's best friend so he could tell Mike that I'm moving out, and lo and behold, the friend tells me that Mike hasn't been staying with him. I asked him if he knew where Mike was, and he said that he wasn't sure, but he would find out and get back to me. I reached out to a couple of our mutual friends, and one that's more of my friend than his did some asking around and found out the truth. Turns out, Mike's been shacking up with the girl he's been cheating on me with for months. There's so many things I could say about this, but sometimes I think silence speaks louder than words. He's been texting and calling me like crazy since he heard I found out. I'm ignoring him. I grabbed my essentials and left back to my parents' house. They're over there today with the movers to remove all my stuff. My dad is a lawyer, and he promised to put the screws to Mike about uploading the video. I hope that any decency he has left in that terrible heart of his will stop him from putting that video online. I'm so numb right now. I feel like the world's biggest idiot for loving him and trusting him for 6 years. I probably am an idiot, but I think I'm gonna be okay. That just goes to show ya. Never trust a YouTuber. Our next Reddit post is from r/Am I Overreacting? I'm a 27-year-old woman and my boyfriend is 28. We've been dating for almost 2 years, living together for 6 months now. I met him through my friend at a house party and we immediately hit it off. He was almost exactly like a guy I wanted, extremely tall and huge, witty with jokes, kind and well-dressed. And he was absolutely buffed. We vibed throughout the party and exchanged numbers at the end. He's met my family a couple of times after we moved in together, and they absolutely loved him. My grandparents host Thanksgiving dinner almost every year, and we were both invited to it. I thought it would have been lovely to make him meet with them and my other family members too, since my uncle's family would be there too. Everyone was happy to meet him, and it seemed like they really liked him, until we sat down for dinner. We said our grace, and Grandpa carved the turkey and started to pass it around the table. It was a regular-sized turkey, like we have for every Thanksgiving, enough to feed 12 people and still have leftovers. There were 10 of us. Both of us were sitting at the end of the table next to Grandpa, so my boyfriend was the last one to get the turkey plate. There was still a lot of turkey left, because everyone only took a little, and they would pass it around again for more after some time. My boyfriend placed it right next to him and started digging through the entirety of the turkey. He was so profuse that my nephew later said that he was gobbling it up. I told him quietly to go easy, but he didn't listen. He started saying how good it was, and my grandma had a huge smile on her face. He was eating just the turkey, and my grandpa said, "Boy, someone really likes turkey." Everyone laughed, but it got to a point where everyone was talking about it. He didn't take any hint and shrugged it off like a teenager. My face turned red from the embarrassment, and I could see everyone judging us so hard. I could hear my uncle and his wife making unfunny jokes about it. He finished it without anyone getting any leftovers. My boyfriend is a gym freak. He spends ridiculous amounts of time and money on working out, eating protein-rich meals, online courses, etc. He has a set protein limit that he hits every day, sometimes over, but never under. He also gets his protein from just meals, no supplements, so he's used to having large meals. It's never been a problem with me, and I respect his way of living, if not love it. We cook together all the time, and if I'm not in the mood, he happily makes me a meal for me. He won't even let me contribute to grocery expenses. Because of him, I started eating healthy and felt a lot better about my lifestyle. After dinner, we got into a fight while driving home. He said that he had been driving all day and didn't eat anything after breakfast, so he had to hit his protein and that he wasn't enjoying it after some time and he had to just shove it down his throat. I said if he was hungry, I would have happily made him a meal after we'd gotten home. But now, everyone in my family is going to talk about how you finished something made for the whole family. He thought everyone took their share. What? He got really mad and said that I'm blowing this out of proportion and overreacting over a simple meal. I snapped, saying, how am I overreacting if I'm just trying to communicate about what he did? It was an hour-long drive, so things got heated. He kept saying that I'm calling him a pig for eating like that and should probably get out of his life if it's such a problem, because he believes he did nothing wrong and he isn't going to change himself. He persisted on it, even though that wasn't my point. It got so bad that he dropped me at a gas station in the middle of the night and said, "Think about what you just did." I was terrified. I collected myself to call an Uber to my sister's house and sobbed the entire night. I told myself after a week things would get clear. He hasn't texted me, nor did I. I can see how I could have reacted differently, but I can't get over the fact that he just left me stranded in the middle of the night. Am I overreacting, or should I make a move to make things straight? Okay, gobbling up an entire turkey is already pretty bad, very, very selfish behavior, but to me, the even worse thing is dropping your girlfriend at some random gas station in the middle of the night. Dangerous and disrespectful. Then, 2 days later, OP posted an update. I called him to talk about what happened, and the call was answered by a woman whose voice I didn't recognize. No, it wasn't his sister. I know her voice very well. When I asked if I could talk to him, she replied, "He's in a cardio session. I'll tell him to call you later." I was puzzled after this, so I waited for his call, imagining all the worst things. And I turned out to be right. He was cheating on me. He told me he'd been seeing her for a couple of months, that she works as a coach in the gym that he goes to. I searched her up on Instagram, and she's a fitness influencer with a lot of followers. A lot. He said that she's a better match for him and will help him grow his career on social media. Yeah, he has a fitness channel too, but nowhere near the amount of followers she had. She had a much better body than me. I asked, why didn't he tell me earlier or end things right there? He said he knew that I would overreact and act emotionally immature like I'm doing right now, and I wouldn't understand him. He packed my things in boxes and kept them in a garage, and told me to collect it or not. He doesn't care, and he ended the call. I started sobbing uncontrollably. My sister was beside me and comforted me. She said that his fitness influencer girlfriend might not even know that he'd been dating, and he's running after her followers, not her. I started saying that he couldn't do that, and she replied that I'm in denial and he probably saw the opportunity on Thanksgiving argument and got rid of me, making me think that I was the one who caused the end of the relationship. I'm taking my sister and her boyfriend to collect my things this week and probably get closure. So instead of just dumping his girlfriend like a normal person, he decided to eat an entire Thanksgiving turkey in order to start a fight so that he could break up with her and make it seem like it was her fault, even though it was super, super obviously his fault. I think all the testosterone and tren this guy's taking is messing with his brain power. Our next Reddit post is from r/relationship advice. I have been dating my boyfriend for 14 months. A few days ago, he confessed that he's disgusted by my body hair and wants me to get laser done on my forearms, private area, and legs. At first I said no, because I accept my body as it is, and he's never expressed any complaints about my hair before. To be honest, you can't even really see my forearm hair. It's just a bit of very subtle blonde hair. I wax my legs once a month and groom my private area as often as needed. I'm not even a hairy person. He elaborated on how it disgusts him to look at it and gags at the thought of touching it. At first I thought that he was looking for a dumb excuse to break up, but he was dead serious about it. So I agreed to compromise and bleach my forearm hair because I don't want to wax or shave it. He said even if bleaching it would make the hair practically invisible, he'd still know that it's there and feel disgusted about it. He told me I had to get it permanently laser removed, as well as on my crotch and legs. I said that I don't mind having my legs done with laser, but I'm not sure if they can fully and completely remove all the hair in my crotch area. And while I don't mind temporarily fully shaving or waxing if it makes him happy, I don't want to have all of it laser removed because that's my choice and I don't feel I should be pressured into doing it. I compromised and agreed to at least think about lasering my crotch area. But if he wanted me to laser remove my forearms and legs, it was only fair that he pay for it. He refused, saying it doesn't cost that much, and since it'd be a permanent improvement on my body and I'd be the one benefiting from it, then I should be the one paying for it. I took offense to these comments because I don't consider lasering body hair an upgrade or body improvement. I asked again if he was looking to start a fight to break up because the situation seemed too bizarre. He said if I wasn't willing to sacrifice something this silly to make him happy, what else wouldn't I be willing to sacrifice further down the road? He said he loves me and he wants to build a future together. But I'm not taking his happiness into consideration, and this is a deal breaker for him. The past few days, we don't live together. He's been sending me messages with quotes from different laser hair removal salons and telling me to make a decision already, and that I'm the love of his life, but I have to learn to budge to make this relationship work. To be honest, this whole thing has greatly put me off him, and I'm reconsidering if this is the person I want to be with. I feel pressured to change something about me that he and I have never had an issue with, and I feel he's given me an ultimatum to choose. I either laser my body and pay for it to please him, or he leaves me. Then OP posted an update. I've been talking to my mom and brothers today. Actually, 2 of them are here with me now. And after talking to them and reading most of the comments, I decided there's no going back and I'm leaving his sorry butt. I texted my ex saying I'm sorry for being stubborn and I'll laser like he asked because I love him and I'm willing to sacrifice anything for him. I said I got an appointment in a local laser clinic tomorrow, but my skin will be irritated after the first session, so I'll need to rest for the day, especially the crotch and legs, so I won't be able to meet him. Besides, I don't want him to see me like that. I told him to come over to my apartment Friday night. I'll order takeout from his favorite place, and I'll show him how I look without hair. This is all BS, but it's my escape plan so he doesn't get anxious about me not replying and decide to show up here. I don't want him to know that I'm moving out until I'm physically out of the apartment. I don't want him to suspect anything. Maybe I'm being overly paranoid, but better safe than sorry. Then OP posts another update where she says that she sent a text message breaking up with him, and OP continues. Almost straight away, he sent me a video of him from a different number crying his eyes out to the camera, saying he loves me and I'm ruining his life, that he had great plans for me, and is only guilty of wanting me to achieve my full potential as a woman. I deleted the video and blocked that number too. A couple hours later, he sent me yet another video of him from yet another different phone number saying I took things too far by posting it online and making him go viral, and that he's not a P word, and how come you're not answering your door? I didn't finish watching that one either. My brother called him on that number and said that if he didn't leave me alone, we'd go to the police, so he had better quit harassing me. He's since stopped bothering me. The world keeps turning and life goes on. Thank you so much to all of you for your support and kind messages. What a weird dude. I love you and I want to be with you forever, but also the mere thought of touching your skin makes me gag. Ugh. Okay, well then date someone else. That was r/best of Redditor updates. And if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.